experience. So I'm still feeling awe. One of them was in the tree above. I was actually taking photos of crystals and tarot cards, and I went way into the forest off of the main trail to get out of the drizzling rain. And I went into the most dense tree cover to try and do that. And while I was setting up, I was in this area for like 5-10 minutes, and the ravens were making some sounds, and they didn't sound quite like ravens, but I didn't really think too much of it. So I'm setting up all of my crystals and everything, and my dog walks over about 20 feet, and this huge branch, like diameter like that, like stick, fell down on her, and there were ravens, and they were flying and cawing, and then another weird sound. And the dog thought I threw the stick. I brought it back. She is so domestic. Like, she has no tracking instinct whatsoever. I tell ya. She brought the stick to me, and I did think it was weird that a raven could knock such a big stick down. I mean, they're pretty big birds. She thought I was going to throw it. My dog thought I was going to throw it. So she ran back, and lo and behold, another bigger stick comes down off of the tree, and there's a cougar up there. So I think it was a kitten. Anyways, we got out of there and we got down to the main path, and that one was calling, and now I'm like, okay, it's a cougar. So now I can clearly hear it's a different sound than the ravens. And there's another one just off in the distance that way, and I could tell that they were talking. So I went the other way and tried to get out the trails, and then realized that it was all blocked off. I couldn't go that way, and I had to turn back and go back past them again. Anyways, I'm still wearing my wet jacket because I don't know. It was awesome. It was awesome. But let's get into the reading. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the Divine Masculines in the collective that joins me here? What are the Divine Masculines thinking about? What are they conscious of on their part of the energy, on their part of the journey at this time? What's going on in the Divine Masculines' thoughts about it all? And what would they say to their Divine Feminine about where they're at this time? Okay, conscious mind about the connections. All right. They're being secretive about the fact that they've come into more of an emperor status than they've told you yet, feminines. I just heard you're going to be shocked. You won't even believe who I've become. The person you met is not who I am today. And they're keeping this on the down low. Like, they're being very selective about what is leaked to the public, is what I just heard. So, decoy news, like fake news kind of stuff, they're basically transforming under the surface and being very selective about who they let in on just exactly what they are up to and what they're becoming. It's giving the energy of morphing right under everybody's noses, but doing it all on the down low. Okay, what would they say to their feminine? 3 of Swords. They feel like you're on to something. Whenever I see the 2 swords, I hear the 2 left standing, but they know that you know the truth. I can't pull anything over on you. But also with this one eye here of this fox, they've been dropping hints specifically tailored for you. So of course you'd be picking up on it because their intention is to tip you off. So I'm also hearing my story was for you. Like, if you thought it was for you, it was for you. Yeah. You and me, babe, I just heard. So you're not wrong to understand that your person is sending coded, cryptic kind of updates, not in a paranoid way or anything like that, not generally here, but in a way that they know that you and them have a specific bond, and not everybody is aware of what's being exchanged here. What can we see for how they're consciously thinking of you? Ooh, passion. Yeah, telepathic stuff. This could be fantasizing, but this is definitely inspired. They are really eager and awaiting this fun part of life that is available between the two of you. This energetic sharing of top secret information that you're picking up on, that your masculine knows that you interpret their actions, their messages differently than other people do. It goes under everybody's radar, but they know that you are able. See how that bird is just kind of like side-eyeing, catching on? They know you're able to pick up on things, subtle things. This is giving them, it's like you've got street cred regarding this method that they have about getting information to you, but sort of announcing it to the universe, but it's still going under everyone's radar but yours. This is an energetic sharing, so it's not obvious to the muggles. What would they say to you? Seven of Swords, yes. Wow, this is the Merlin energy, so that's a hawk. Like, this is you. You might be a Merlin of sorts. It's interesting because that's the same card we got here. And it's like hidden in plain sight energy. I'm just getting that there are things that they know are going under your radar, but they've been putting them out there almost to play. It's a high-level flirt, is what I'm hearing. And in hindsight, I hear them saying, you know, when I did that, that was because da-da-da-da-da. You didn't catch that one, and I was waiting for you to catch that one. And I see the divine feminines laughing and saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed that. Cool. What can we see for the heart space? They're having a lot of epiphanies and things are sinking in on a deeper level. The lovers, they're really seeing how this connection has real love, and they're understanding more and more how you are different than any other karmic situation they've ever been in. Queen of Pentacles, this is the wifey card. So the advice is they see you as the one, they see you as set apart, they see you as totally different, they see you as embodying love, they see you nurturing yourself and being good on your own. They see you demonstrating some frequency, some awareness that they don't see elsewhere. What can we see on the Heart of Hearts? They're opening their heart. They aren't even fully aware of how much their heart is being cracked open. It's like they lose themselves in the daydream, and it has a domino effect in their psyche to make them a more open-hearted, safe. They feel more comfortable, more confident when they think of you and daydream about your connection and smile about the things that have played out and envision the things that could still happen. It's changing them from the inside out, is what I just heard. What can we see for their message to you? Another hawk. We got the osprey, the hawk, the merlin, all these hawks. And I keep hearing eagle eye, but I know hawkeye. Knight of Pentacles. This slow and steady unfolding, they really are inviting you here to validate what you have been picking up on and not tell yourself you're crazy for wanting to read certain things into the actions and the shares and the changes you're seeing in your masculine. They're wanting you to really take notice of these things. You're the one person they would like to be proud of them. You're the one that matters if you see my posts, I just heard. Again, they don't want to jinx it or be premature, but they absolutely appreciate it when you care enough to keep up on them. I'm keeping up on you. I have my ways. What can we see for what they want to manifest consciously? Page of Cups, surrender, and Three of Cups. So this is the emotional flow. They're surrendering to the process, to the timing, to who they are emotionally, to their own emotions, to you. They are not afraid of your emotions. They feel like the two of you are very amicable, are very aligned, are very peaceful and flowing in your energy because you're not putting the pressure on them, because you're stride for stride, you're in the allowance. They take great comfort in this awareness that you are flowing with their pace. What is the advice? The Magician. Yeah, you're not forcing or manipulating. You're not giving ultimatums. You're not getting angry. You're not putting pressure on. You're not going karmic on their butt. And so they're just really enjoying allowing themselves to open and relax into the safety here. I just heard they know you meant it when you said that they could be themselves with you. So in some shape or form, it feels like most of the feminines here have said that to their masculine. What can we see for what action they're wishing to take? I'm hearing for some of them, they're trying not to think too deeply or too hard about the past or about any negative experiences that they've had. We have the Moon and then the free will card, kind of putting a cap on the stuff that's wanting to come out from the subconscious, memories and traumas and past things. With the holidays coming up, but also Mercury retrograde, I think it might have just gone direct. There was a feeling that they didn't want to open a can of worms. And so they've been sort of keeping the lid on some of the things. They might be coming out in dreams right now. I'm just getting that there are some deeper healings that are happening, but they don't want to sort of rip the Band-Aid off. They just want it to keep gently healing. They don't want to like dive in and be a crying, blubbering mess, I just heard. So some of them might know that they're sort of on the brink of touching on core wounds, and they're just trying to keep it manageable. What is your advice here? The Four of Wands. I don't want anything jarring. They don't want emotional intensity. So part of the grace that you're giving them by not putting pressure on is allowing them to unpack their subconscious and their healing at a pace that doesn't throw them into overwhelm. I've got too much to take care of. I'm working too hard to be rendered useless, I just heard. So yeah, the Four of Wands is the sacred union, but because you're anchoring in this spiritual foundation within you and you're taking care of your own impulses, your own fears, your own responses, feminines, when this energy is, I'm seeing like a live wire, and you feel it from your masculine, the fact that you're grounding into your center and balancing yourself out allows them to feel like they can manage the intensity of their emotions, which they're not letting them become too intense. They're actually coming into mastery, which is subduing the emotions, but being practical and realistic. And it feels like you're no longer being swayed and thrown into chaotic energy when you're feeling this from them. And so that's actually speeding up this process, because in the past, when it affected you more heavily, feminines, it would stall the energy because both of you would have to recuperate. And now there's no recuperation. It's just actually, I've never said that word. Is it recuperate? We don't need to recuperate. It's staying at a pace that doesn't throw it into overwhelm, so there's no recuperation needed. Okay, what can we see for the greatest challenge? Yeah, knowing that forcing things isn't desirable and just letting it unfold naturally. So I often see this card as the masculine's cross to bear. They know they would love to rush forward. They know you would love them to rush forward, but they now know that divine timing is the best timing, and they don't want to force anything. And so when they've told themselves that, you know, you're too frustrated, they're running out of time, all of that stuff, they're learning not to do that. They're learning not to scare themselves with those kinds of fears. They're learning that there's wisdom in allowing it to play out the way that it is, so it doesn't have to be so intense. So these masculines are beginning to befriend their tendency to have these connections have a slow burn and not be rushed, even when their fear would tell them that they're going to miss out if they don't rush. What is the advice? Queen of Swords. We got the King and Queen of Swords. So you're both in the know. They know that you know that they know that you know this isn't to be rushed. So it feels like the two of you may have even had a conversation about not rushing this, that we don't need to force anything to happen. What can we see for the solution to this challenge? This is a little bit, I'm trying to find the wording, because we have the card of codependency and missed opportunities. And so they don't want to recreate history where things haven't been able to come together. They want to stay even keel and allow it to unfold slowly, naturally, on strong footing, so that there won't be these confusing missed opportunities or the illusion of missed opportunities or codependency coming in. So they're like, hear me out. Let's slow down. And that's not a rejection. You know, sometimes the feminine will think, or the masculine, people think that when we say let's slow down, that it's kind of an easy way out. That's not it at all. There's true merit in slowing down. Advice, the new beginning's coming, but slow down. What can we see for the direction in the near future? Oh, the Fool, back to back here. So there are still things, emotional tactics, patterns, cycles that are being released. When we get too anxious, urgent to get into relationships, there are emotional wobbles and, you know, wishful thinking or carpet sweeping. We don't pay attention to the red flags. We don't actually set a solid foundation. We hope for the best and we wing it. This is about allowing things to settle so that the connection can develop on sure footing. What is the advice? Knight of Wands. Okay, so this is the passionate card, but it came out in the inverse. This is the cure for the hot and cold ghosting or the in and out energy. So for many of these masculines, they're really understanding that they don't want to keep this in and out pattern going. They want to walk away from all of the things. They want to give you a chance to balance your emotions, to heal your life, so that all the factors that would pull you apart from each other or cause you to spread your energy too thin, all those things are settled so that there can be a deepening in a meaningful way. All right, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.